Hello, good evening to you all. My name is Manuel from CatersGraphix. Today I'll be teaching you how to prepare a logo from scratch, okay? So we'll be using the 𝗙𝗂𝗂𝗯𝗲 essential as a case study. This is a special edition for the Nigerian graphic designers. This is for amateurs who want to learn how to design logo from sketch to illustration. So without wasting much of your time, let's get right into it. Let's do some magical sketches here. So this is it. Welcome to my local sketch table. So here you practically don't need much of the drawing skills like I used to say in my tutorials, okay? Just enjoy it, enjoy yourself trying, practice something, just walk around. You make a couple of mistakes. I have made a couple of mistakes before I come up with this, okay? I have torn out a couple of papers before I come up with this, and that's how it was in the first day while I was drawing this. I have a couple of sketches which I wasted, so don't be afraid to try. Don't think this is a pro doing this. No, I'm still like an amateur, okay? So that's it. Just make out something out of nothing. So you see, in drawing techniques I use, I don't start sketching very heavily. I start very slightly and then I go heavily. Okay, we are done now. You have to snap your work, then connect to your PC, then push it to your desktop. For those of you having issues with heavy files, what you do, I will provide you a link in the description below. That link, because if you push your image directly from some devices that have higher resolution, they won't contain, okay? They won't work on Illustrator. It will be too large for it to contain your artboard. So you just copy it, paste it in this website link. Where they say choose file, then you click on upload. So when you upload, it brings up the file. Select the first option, lossless, then click on optimize image. When it's done, click on save and it will be in your desktop immediately. So once again, this is Manuel welcoming you back to CatersGraphix. This tutorial is basically for the amateur. We practically should have used the golden ratio, but I don't want to make it more confusing. Probably in the next one I'll be teaching that, but I have some tutorial on golden ratio on my channel. You can go check that out in CatersGraphix on YouTube, okay? So for this one, we'll be using the curvature tool to do some works. So first of all, you create your gradient palette, which I usually teach my students to do first before they go into any work. So I've created mine, the green and the pink. I'm just showing you how to do yours too. So now we are ready to start sketching. Select on your pen tool, then you can start pinching on the edges, which you are going to curve with the curvature tool later. I'll teach you how to do that. Some of you have different styles of tracing. You can check which one works for you. Some people use the curvature tool, but me, I prefer the pen tool before then using the curvature tool, like I'm doing now. So if you watch, I'm now sterilizing it or simplifying it to make it look smoother with my curvature tool. So in most cases, some points, just double click them. If you double click them, they will automatically take a curved shape. Just double click some points and try them out if they work for you. As you practice, you will get perfect, okay? You won't know the parts or the points that you need to cover, points that the anchor point you need to double click. But as you keep practicing, you keep getting better, you keep understanding how it works. It's no magic, okay? You're not going to learn this just one day. You need to keep practicing. And that's just the tip I have for you for this tool. So next, you fill in the color, you see, just to see what we are doing is right. Then we move over to the other part of it to draw the face. I'm going to show you how we're going to do this. We're going to start by creating a circle. Remember, the logo have a curved circle with a negative space. I taught my student negative space, and I still have a tutorial on the negative space with an assignment in my YouTube channel, so you can go check it out so you practice with that. So what next we do now is very simple. We start tracing from the face, the same thing we did with the pen tool. Pick on the points that are most relevant. If you are not seeing this clearly if you are watching on YouTube, if you are not seeing it very clearly, click on the option at 3 dots option at the top right. you will see an option to increase the resolution of your video. You can increase it to 720p or 1300p. So by so doing, it will be more clearer for you to see what I'm doing exactly. So pick on these points, that's all you need to do, and make sure you join the line at the end. So you can use the curvature tool to make some curved lines. Okay, see, don't try to be perfect in whatever you are doing. Don't try to be perfect, just keep doing. Just keep doing it, you are going to be perfect. Just the one you did might be something perfect to someone else, okay? So just keep trying. What I'm doing here is just a practice of what you did. It won't be exactly like what we do. See how I'm handling the angles? Any angle you try to curve and it doesn't work, go back and try another means. If you double click, it doesn't work, go back and try to create another anchor point and draw from that angle. So what you're going to do now, we are just going to join it with the other points so that we can create a perfect shape, or we can fill it with a particular color or gradient. So now we are done. We can start adjusting the points to make it look nicely. Okay, just adjust the points. You can use the anchor point while selecting the direct selection tool. Okay, while selecting the direct selection tool, you use the anchor point outside it to drag to make your edges smoother, for edges that matters to be smoother. Okay, so when we place this here, we'll change the color to white so we can see our negative space. If you are working on a black background, you change the color to black so you can see your negative space. Okay, I only change this to white, my vector shape to white, because I'm working on a white background. So when you watch my tutorial on negative space, you understand better about the principle, for those of you who don't understand what is going on. So make some adjustments to your design or your vector shape. You know, make it look nicely. You know, this is actually a woman and it doesn't look like a woman, so you're gonna go closely to it and treat it like a woman. Don't mind me. So make sure you don't create too many anchor points so you don't have too many conflicts with your design. Okay, when you create too many anchor points, you have too many conflicts while trying to adjust the other parts of the anchor points. So we are done with that. What you are going to do, you select on the shape builder tool, hold your alt key ALT in your keyboard, then drag on the space that you just created. You see now this is just a vector that doesn't have the shape as an icon again, so this is just a negative space. So now we're gonna draw our extra shadow that we want to create inside the circle. Just draw something, then you still use the shape builder tool, hold your alt key and click outside where you don't want. You want to learn about shape builder tool, I still have a tutorial on my channel in YouTube on shape builder tools. Okay, I have like 3 different tutorial on that. I teach basically on how to use it, the basics of it, and also some complex method to use the shape builder tool to achieving the best thing. So when we create it, we just draw the gradient tool by selecting the gradient tool in the right side so we can draw and create our gradient shape. If you have any question after this, just ask in the comment section. I will get to answer you as quick as possible. Okay, so now we fill in our color. Remember, we created a gradient, so it is easy now for us to work with. So don't bother about if this curves with the angle. What you are going to do, select the curvature tool, not the pen tool, curvature tool. Then you use the curvature tool to move around the anchor points to make them match. They are going to work perfectly. Okay, next time I'm going to teach you the puppet swap. The puppet swap, you can use it to arrange these two, but it is more complex for you. So for the amateurs, keep using the curvature tool. It will help you a lot. Keep using it because that's what I use most of the time in my designs. So after we're done, we just make some adjustments to it and we will be good to go. Make some adjustment to the edges. Make sure it rhymes with the curves in the circle. Just try your best. Keep working. Do not do not relent. Okay, keep working. Rome wasn't built in a day. Okay, very good. So now we're going to create our next one. We are going to use the line segment tool by this time. Okay, this time we use line segment tool, then we use the curvature tool to drag it along. We create a stroke, make it bigger, create a stroke, then go to option to use this kind of stroke on it. When you create a stroke, we curve the stroke to be bolder in the middle and be slimmer at the edges. Okay, so we can make some adjustments, can increase it if you are not satisfied with what you have. Okay, so now I think I'm satisfied. Expand it so it will be like a shape, not like a line anymore. When you expand it, it will be like other shapes like we have there. So next we are creating a shadow inside this leaf icon. Creating a shadow there. I'll show you how it's going to work. Still use your shape builder tool. Hold the Alt key while selecting the both of them. Select the shape and also select the one inside. Then you remove the part you don't want by holding the Alt key. But if you want to add a part, don't hold the Alt key. Click on the part to automatically create another shape there. So next thing, we use the curvature tool to arrange the anchor points like we did in the previous one. Now you can still use your gradient tool to now walk around to make sure it look as if a shadow is coming in from the leaf, from the inside to the one outside is like a shade of light is coming from the back of it. So just walk around, whatever works for you is cool. So we are done with the main part of the logo icon. So now we move in to the font. So for this font, I used a font called 𝗬𝗂𝗧𝗂𝗯𝗲 for the chunky. Then the next one, you can use any font of your choice. Why I use 𝗬𝗂𝗧𝗂𝗯𝗲 is because this is a feminine design. You know, this is how I prepared it. This is the 𝗬𝗂𝗧𝗂𝗧𝗂𝗯𝗲, and this is how I prepared it to look as if it is a golden black. Okay, it is shadowed. Gradient black is very simple to achieve. You make it look as though it is a silver black. That's what I wanted to say when I said the golden black. So you create your create your gradient. Select the dark part, select the brighter dark parts. Okay, now create another anchor point, another point, make it dark. That's how you create your gold or your silver or your silver black. So you apply it on this, see how it looks very sweet. So we delete it and move on with what we are doing. So I practically show you how I created that, and so it won't be very difficult for you to achieve. So the next is the little leaf at the point. So create it, select two anchor points by holding the Shift key on your keyboard, then select two anchor points, then you can curve the two parts and leave the other part as it is. Then you can duplicate this, create something out of it, then use your shape builder tool to remove the part, and then the gradient tool to make it look as if it's a shadow in the leaf. Then you can duplicate all of it, then make it smaller to make the variations a little different from the others. So when you're done with that, create a kind of water drop at the bottom. I made a tutorial specifically for a water drop. I will be teaching extensively on that this week coming, on how to create water drop. This is not a real water drop. It doesn't look very realistic. I just did it that way because I just want it to be that way. But I have a tutorial on that, how to create water drop. So drop every of the components you know that will make your work look nicely, like the registry icon if the business is registered. So that is it for our tutorial for today. Thank you, NGD, for giving me this opportunity to speak to multiple designers, both beginners and professionals. I will be catching up with you guys soonest, okay? But I have a couple of stuffs you can catch up with in my YouTube channel. Just head over there and search for CatersGraphix. Click on the subscribe button and remember to ring on the notification bell. Thank you all once again. This is Manuel signing out from CatersGraphix.